Alright, YouTubers. Been talking projects lately. This is my other project that I just picked up. I know, right? 2 bikes in 2 weeks. Yeah, how does my wife allow it? I don't know. She's awesome. I picked up this little CRF250R dirt bike. It's a 2008 model for $1,500. It needs a little bit of work, but we'll be doing some minor repairs on it to get it in tip-top shape, and we'll be showing you what we're doing there. But I think it was a pretty nice bike, especially being a 2008 model. These things don't have hour meters or mileage meters, so who knows how abused this thing is. But it's pretty much stock, so hopefully it hasn't been raced too hard. But it feels real good on the streets. It's a fun bike. I finally figured out how to kickstart it. But yeah, it runs well. I like it. First order of business is to fix this rear fender. Comes off pretty easy. Side pedal comes off, a few bolts on either side. And it's out of there. You can see it's been wheelied and crunched on the back side a couple of times. So I went on eBay and I bought this replacement fender, but it's the wrong one. I wasn't paying attention. This one's for a 2005 model, and this is a 2008 model. So I threw a little sawzall to make it work. Not a big deal. Not too big of a deal. So I'm just taking off, this is a 2-piece rear fender on this 2008. I'm taking off that bottom piece to see how the 2005 fender fits in here.
Is that a new one?
No, this is a takeoff. This is the original factory Honda fender. Honda, right there. Factory Honda fender.
So is that the one that you got?
Yeah, that's the one I got. And it looks like this airbox assembly might be the next problem. So, this is getting a little bit complicated. So I think I'm going to try to sell this on eBay again. Or if I can return it or something. Since I got the wrong fender for my 250R, I decided just to weld the old fender using plastic welding techniques. So you can see I went ahead and welded this part here together. This was the big break, this was the loose. I want to show you how this stuff works. If I can give you guys enough light here. Let's see if I can hold the camera. Alright, so this is ABS plastic. ABS plastic will melt, and you can weld it together just like welding metal. I'm going about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way through the plastic. I don't want it to show too much on the outside, although I will probably be covering the outside with new stickers anyway. See how I kind of push through there? I'm going to push some of that plastic back into that gap I just made. You can also cut off pieces of the plastic and melt that into the gap as well. I might do that still, we'll see. So I'm just kind of moving this plastic around. Melting it. Melting it together. Plastic welding. Like I said, I'm just kind of pushing the extra plastic back into the V, the valley. So I'm going to reheat it a little bit here, nice and slow. Oh, this is just my regular soldering iron too that I use for electrical. The tip is getting pretty small on it. So yeah, why not? I've got new tips that can break out. Alright. So that's kind of how this works. And it just takes your time. You can weld the whole thing together. There's the outside of it. You can still see the crack there. So I don't know if I want to go back through there and play with that. If you do, you're going to be sanding it and polishing it, but that still might look better than seeing that ugly crack. So it's up to you how far you want to go. So I said I just bought this bike. I don't know what kind of shape the oil is in. I drove it around the neighborhood a little bit, but I don't really trust those good old boys that sold me this bike. So I want to change out the oil as soon as possible. Make sure it's doing okay. Start there. And the oil filter is hiding in this little cover. You find the oil filter. And there shouldn't be too much oil, so I'm just using a little plastic container I got from the kitchen. Pop this thing out. Yeah, let's see how this stuff works. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Dun, dun, dun. That big old long bolt. There we go. Oh, that was wonderful. Okay. So here is the beautiful oil filter. Little spring. This thing's got a nice little O-ring on it. So clean that off, make sure no dirt or everything in there. It's pretty good. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I was expecting a little bit more oil in there though. But let's strain the crankcase and see how much is in there. Okay. We'll do that. Let's get this guy going. Make sure it's the same way. Over and down. Spring. Up. It's the O-ring. This piece here. And there's a few holes here that you need to pay attention to. 1, 2. And then a third over here. There we go. That little guy can go back in. All right. the drain for the oil that's underneath. Now let's see how much oil we got in the main case. Alright, so putting the HP Forest Honda oil, 10W30. It's going back in there. The owner's manual says this thing will take about 3/4 of a quart. A lot more to go. Oil filter, it causes a little drop just to here. My bike is pretty much straight up and down right now, so I'm confident this is a good measurement. That's right at the full level. Okay, but like I said, I'll probably have to adjust that later. Alright. Now we gotta do the transmission. And the drain for that, oh boy, right up in there. That's gonna be hard to get to. Let's see what I do. There we go. No. Alright, there's the transmission oil. Yay. That's pretty black too. Who knows the last time that was changed? A little bit. And if you have an old school diesel engine, you can put this stuff here in your diesel fuel. Burn a 50/50 and burn it. Diesels, especially like the old synthetic stuff. Yeah. Alright, so we've drained the gear oil, transmission oil out of the crankcase. They're separate from the engine oil on the CRFs. And to fill back up, you got two things you gotta look at. One, you got your fill tube up there on top, and then your sight level is right here. It's next to this big bolt there. It's got some markings on there. I'm not sure what it says. 7.00 centimeters. I guess that's the depth of the fill. And the idea is to put just enough trans fluid in here to have it seep out of there nice and slow. So let's see how we do here today. The engine, we use the Honda HP4S full synthetic oil. For the transmission, we're using their 80/85 weight HP trans oil. So don't use engine oil on the transmission on your dirt bike. And this is supposed to take about 3/4 of a quart. Well, this stuff is supposed to be red. How about that? I'm slowing down now because I'm getting close to that 3/4 mark. Oh look, here it comes. Okay, so look. So let me grab a napkin. So we got a little overfill. It took a little while for the oil to get everywhere. Bike's sitting straight up and down, so we're just going to let it finish doing this little drain thing here. You'll notice these little screws have a little copper washer. That way you know you're taking out the right plug. Okay, looks like it's pretty much stopped draining now. It's pretty slow there. Got a little bit of an oozing going on. Not much. So I'm going to put that bolt back in and just tighten it down to a few pounds, not too much. And that's how you change your fluids. Ta-da! Alright, so next on my new, to me, CRF250R, we're going to be changing out this bracket here. It's called the clutch lever perch, and we're changing it out because it took a bad spill and broke the portion that holds the hot start lever. So we're going to be moving this hot start lever over to the new perch that we got, as well as we're getting a new clutch lever for this bike as well. So it's time to take this thing apart. I'm going to start by removing a hot start lever. I'm doing it on the bike so I have a little something better to hang on to, as opposed to trying to hang on to this in my hands. It's almost like having it mounted in a vise. So remember how these pieces go together. Ta-da! Hot start lever to the side. Okay. Let's take that out for now. Let's see here. Let's see if we can remove this boot. I've got a new boot too, so we'll be transferring that over to the new clutch. I don't know if I can. Push this over right now. Oh, okay. Nice. That bolt that I use for the hot start level goes through the clutch as well, clutch lever. So that's kind of nice. Okay. So, got two birds with one stone there. Let's go and back this back out then. We'll transfer this over. Out of there. Reverse threads on this thing. That always confuses me. I'm going to see this cable out. There we go. And that's done. Alright. Whoops. Pull the pieces around. think the original position for this lever was pretty good because the pivot on the clutch lever is in a different position than the pivot on your brake. So you can't really go by what this clamp is. Okay, I'm going to slide off this old boot. It's not too bad, it's a little torn. But the newer boot is more nice. Alright, so the boot fits on here like so. So we'll rethread this there. Line up our cable. Okay. That will slide in there. Clutch. Slide that over there. So. And hot start lever. And we'll sneak them back together. Oh, hang on a second. I forgot to thread the hot start lever through the rubber boot. Let's try that again. Just to go through there first. Strip it out, it's just aluminum, don't go too tight. And then you can play with your clutch here. That's not too bad. I'm going to leave it there for now. That should be plenty for the hot start lever. So let's go ahead and move our gaskets up nice and tight. There we go. Back together. Nice.
This is the brake lever.
Okay, so this is the brake lever. You can see it's broken off pretty badly and bent. So we'll replace this. It'll be a brand new bike when I'm done with it. On out of there. Just, there we go, hang on to that. It's a little spring, it's kind of important. Go ahead and pull this rubber off so you can see how everything looks in there. Dun dun dun. Okay, so that's your master cylinder right there. It pushes on this little plug here, that actuates your master cylinder, gives you brakes. Okay. Spring in there. There we go. Top bolt.
go.
Bottle. That guy gonna stay there. You better stay there. It's kind of tight right now to me. Alright, one way to try it out is to take it out, but not tonight. Too late tonight. Then we'll slide this cover back on there, looking at the profile. Should go all the way over. Give it a little adjuster nut out here exposed so you can touch that up later. Done!